Hey, sorry about that, man. I didn't realize my shit was already live. That's crazy. My bad, my bad. Just give me a second. Hold on. All right, bro. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Peace and power to everybody that's gonna listen to the replay. Give me your comments in the replay. Good, bad, or indifferent, whatever. Just give me your view. What's up, Lisa Bales? Peace and power to you, sister. You always support me. I really appreciate you coming through, Lisa Bales. Um, well, like the title says, Anthony Joshua is wasting his time again with Deontay Wilder. Wasting his time. Can you hear me, Lisa Bales? Are you hearing me? Let me make sure this goddamn thing works. No, I don't know if it's working or not. Anyway, if it's not working, I'll just delete the damn video. Anyway, Anthony Joshua is wasting his time once again trying to entice Deontay Wilder into a fight. What in Deontay... Thank you, sister. Thank you. You can hear me. What in Deontay Wilder's recent or past history tells Anthony Joshua that him or his team has any... What up, Black? What up, babe? Just let me know if you want the link, and I'll let you in, brother. What in Deontay Wilder's recent or past history tells Anthony Joshua that anything he offers Deontay Wilder, he's gonna take? I'm seeing this new report on Sky Sports talking about Anthony Joshua wants to throw a curveball into the mix, in between the third Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fight. Hear what I said. The third. They haven't even had their second fight yet, but they already planned the third fight. What about that? Even that arrangement should tell Anthony Joshua and his team, this man has no intentions of unifying. Why is it always incumbent upon Anthony Joshua to be making, no problem, Black, to be making these types of advances to Deontay Wilder? I understand Anthony Joshua's position, right? Because Anthony Joshua has shown in his history he's dead serious about unifying and becoming undisputed. Dead serious. Nothing in Anthony Joshua's history has told me he hasn't been serious. Why? Because he has 4 belts. 4. He didn't do that shit to stop at 4. He did that because he wants 5. But years after doing the thing, because some people said, oh, he didn't want to fight Deontay Wilder when he had the IBF belt. I don't know. Back then, I was big time behind Deontay Wilder because I thought Wilder was, 1 belt here, 1 belt here. The belts were completely, spread out. He had 1, Joshua had 1, the WBA and whatever were vacated by Fury. Sorry, stripped from Fury. And I'm hearing people telling me how they wanted to fight Joshua for 50-50, but I've never seen any proof of that back then. But Anthony Joshua went ahead, him and his team went ahead, unified against Klitschko. They got back on the horse again. They unified again against Joseph Parker. That's 2 unifications. In that space of time, Anthony Joshua fought Three people, 3 different times for championship belts. All 3 people Deontay Wilder could have fought. Everybody has told his history before. I don't know anybody who understands what's happening here, who understands the history between these two, who actually look at things from an unbiased way, has told this story before. This is all old news. Charles Martin, the IBF champ, is on PBC still. He was champion while he was under the PBC banner. Somehow Deontay Wilder didn't get that fight. Somehow they allowed Eddie Hearn to offer Charles Martin more money over in England and allowed Anthony Joshua to knock Charles Martin out and win his first belt. That immediately make it a 50-50 fight in terms of whatever. I don't remember anything with Deontay Wilder trying to fight Anthony Joshua at that point. If you have an article, send it to me. Anthony Joshua, in his, I think was his 19th fight. Let me pull that up. Let me pull that up. Let me pull that up. Y'all know I like sharing my screen, so let me let y'all see what I'm looking at here. Let me let y'all see what I'm looking at. Okay? This is Anthony Joshua's box rec. He's 23-1, 21 knockouts, 1 KO loss to Andy Ruiz. So here we go. So here we go. Beats Charles Martin, punishes Dominic Brazil, beats up Eric Molina, and then on his 19th fight, hear what I say again, his 19th fight, he fights the all-time great Vladimir Klitschko. Let's not forget, Vladimir Klitschko was also under Shelly Finkel back in the day. As a matter of fact, I think Shelly Finkel still had something to do with Vladimir Klitschko, even till recently, whatever. And Shelly Finkel and them said, Deontay Wilder on 30-something fights was a baby champion. A baby champion. Well, if Deontay Wilder was a baby champion at 30-something fight, what was Anthony Joshua at 19 fights? 19. Now, some people say this is Vladimir Klitschko. All of a sudden, he was washed up and he was finished against Tyson Fury. Actually, no. The Tyson Fury fight is remembered as one of the worst fights people have ever. They don't even talk about that fight. All they say is Tyson Fury beat Vladimir Klitschko. Nobody talks about the actual fight because it was a terrible fight. Tyson Fury did his herky-jerky movements, and he had a decision against Vladimir Klitschko. He beat Vladimir Klitschko. So, okay, Vladimir Klitschko had a rematch clause. And he went back into training, and Tyson Fury ducked that fight not once, but twice. All that time, Klitschko was in training. And as such, Tyson Fury ended up retiring, went on his drug binge. This is 2017, went on his drug binge, and Anthony Joshua was given the opportunity to unify with Vladimir Klitschko. Once more, Shelly Finkel was in the crowd, I think, for Vladimir Klitschko. He was in the crowd. He was managing Klitschko or something like that. or was a part of his management team. Anthony Joshua fought Vladimir Klitschko, who was in training for almost a year and something, while Tyson Fury jerked him around. A 19 fight novice beat Vladimir Klitschko and got the WBA and the IBO and retained his IBF title, unified the first time. Let's go up here. He beat Carlos Takam after Pulev pulled out. He went on to fight Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker, who was in Alabama, who was supposedly supposed to be in some meetings with Deontay Wilder's team to make this fight. And Deontay Wilder's team didn't want to offer him no money. Once again, the Wilder fans want to make a narrative. So they say, Deontay Wilder had knocked out Gerald Washington and Joseph Parker said that. You know what Joseph Parker saw? Gerald Washington beating up Deontay Wilder for rounds before Wilder started windmilling and they stopped the fight. He never knocked out Gerald Washington. Go and watch the fight. They stopped the fight because Wilder was doing his wild swinging and all this bullshit. Joseph Parker ended up fighting Anthony Joshua for more money in Cardiff Stadium, UK. So I'm going to stop there for now. I understand he wants to be undisputed, Lisa, but I want to make sure I recount this history before I get up to this article that Sky Sports had up. I want to make sure I get the history correct and people who are still talking this shit understand what I'm saying. What's up, Red Glove? He unified now twice. In what? 21 fights? 21 fights. This man has unified the division twice. All this time, as I said, Deontay Wilder was in the immediate sphere of all three of those people that I just talked about that Anthony Joshua fought. Charles Martin was on his same promotional company. Vladimir Klitschko and him shared a manager. And Joseph Parker and him were supposed to unify. You all understand what I'm saying to you now? I started off by saying, what in Deontay Wilder's recent or past history makes you think he wants to unify the division? What in the history? I agree with you. If I was him, I'd move on too. But I want to make sure y'all get something. Deontay Wilder was offered deals after that. Because you see, it's weird. When the PBC people have all the belts, they beat their chest and say they A-side. They A-side. Even before they got more belts. Look at Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Errol Spence been saying he's A-side before he got the second belt from Sean Porter. Anthony Joshua put himself in a position to drive the negotiations by collecting these belts, by trying to be great. One more time, Deontay Wilder was in the immediate sphere of all these fighters, and for some reason, either no negotiation or negotiations fell through. Every single time there's been an opportunity to unify, something weird happens with Deontay Wilder. Every single time. He fought Tyson Fury in 2018, September, after once again having this big brouhaha with Joshua's team, and the fight fell through. And all of a sudden, it's Joshua's fault. So he fights Tyson Fury, in my opinion, loses the fight. And now there's an opportunity to fight Joshua in Wembley Stadium, UK, for Undisputed. Joshua and them booked the venue ahead of time. Because remember, in 2018, Wilder's team said, how are you going to make a fight and you don't have date in our venue? Except they did the same exact thing. They did the same exact thing when they fought Tyson Fury. Remember that whole year? Nobody, all the news was that Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury have agreed to fight. They had no date, they had no venue, nothing. But with Joshua, it's a problem. So Eddie Hearn and them made a decision to book Wembley Stadium for, I think it was April 2019. It was something like that. Joshua came to America, was on ESPN saying, I want to fight Deontay Wilder for Undisputed in Wembley Stadium. Remember, it was a whole big thing. And you know what Deontay Wilder did? He turned down that fight. Don't believe me? Let's look at a video from Fight Hype. It's going to have some audio. So again, shout out to Fight Hype. If you want the audio for this, the video for this, go to Fight Hype. I'm gonna share the video now. All compliments Fight Hype. It's gonna be a bit long, but I want you to hear the whole video.
Yeah, I was hearing they was booing the shit out of Joshua there though.
Yeah,
I got some texts or whatever. This is the whole entire reason.
So he's saying the 23rd. We know you want the fight. You know you put it out there that you want the fight. So what do you think is going to happen?
I mean, it's interesting right now because the heavyweight division is so lit. There's a lot of things going on. Like you see, I had my mandatory. He was saying that he got power. He wanted as well too. So it's a lot of exciting things going on. You know, the heavyweight division is very lit. And right now, it's all about enjoying the holidays, coming into the new year, enjoying the New Year's, and then getting back at it. So just stay tuned. It's an exciting time for boxing and the boxing fans. So we'll see what happens. But whatever going to happen, it's going to be amazing.
A preference for the rematch, or you want to go into that Joshua fight?
No, I'm going with Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Fury going to for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. We got to do the rematch. It got to come right back. You know what I mean? It was a controversial fight, and when it's like that, you got to come back because there can't be no draws. You know, it's a winner and a loser. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, you got to come back because people are still like I've been traveling nonstop since that fight.
Yeah, I've seen.
Stupid for me.
You've
like,
been doing a lot of media, a lot of shows.
It's been crazy, you know. But so with that being said, you gotta have a rematch because people are continuing to talk all over the world. They just talking. So it'll be dumb. It'll be dumb to just fight somebody else while you already got a fight up in the like people was talking about. That'll be stupid. Now people have to get unexcited and then get re-excited about something else when they already decided about one fight. So why break that? Why break that spirit? You know what I mean? And you know, the heavyweight division is lit. So you got to keep it flaming up. You got to keep adding that log to it to keep it lit. So that's what I want to do. There ain't nobody have done what I've done this year. I'm for killers back to back. You know what I'm saying?
There you have it. Now, if you watch the video and you listen closely, the guy started off by that video exposed a couple things. It exposed a couple things. This man has a serious issue personally with like a real insecurity issue with Joshua. Why I say that? The interviewer started off by asking him, did you see the fight with Dillian White and whatnot? Did you see him knock out Derek Chisora? Because that was the night of the Dillian White versus Derek Chisora 2 fight. He said no. But I heard they booed Joshua though. I heard they booed Joshua. The interview didn't ask you about them booing Joshua. They asked you about Dillian White. Oh, I got some texts from people and they told me they booed the shit out of Joshua. What kind of lame, you worry about if they're booing Joshua? No, anybody who watched the Derek Chisora 2 fight, Dillian White versus Derek Chisora 2 fight, knew why the crowd booed, because Anthony Joshua didn't want to commit to a Dillian White fight because he said he wanted to fight Deontay Wilder in Wembley. And I think the interview said on the 23rd. I think it was April 23rd or something like that. That's why they booed, because the crowd wanted Anthony Joshua to say, I'm going to fight you after that sensational knockout of Derek Chisora by Dillian White. That's why the crowd booed. But for some reason, Deontay Wilder fans, they booed Joshua, and Wilder clings on to that shit. He goes on to not answer the question after a while about how it's so interesting that the heavyweight division is so lit and blah, blah, blah. Then finally had to say, the guy had to ask him, who you going to fight? He chooses Tyson Fury, or he calls him Tyson Fury, or whoever that is. He chooses Tyson Fury. Mind you, the date is open, all of this shit. And once again, he says on video, I choose Tyson Fury. What about that statement tells you Deontay Wilder is interested in any undisputed fight? This is what the title of the video is. Anthony Joshua is wasting his time on Deontay Wilder. He could have fought Joshua at Wembley. He didn't have no fights lined up. The fight was a draw. He didn't have to fight Tyson. He could have fought Tyson Fury again as undisputed champion. What bigger fight is there? He goes on to say, oh, people going to have to get unexcited and then excited for another fight. There ain't no bigger fight than undisputed. But again, this is history that we already know. I'm not sure what about Deontay Wilder people really are fooled about. The reason, the way how I knew about this article coming about Joshua want to throw a curveball to Deontay Wilder in between him and Tyson Fury's 2 fights in 2020, which is absolutely crazy to me. How are you booking a 3rd fight? You haven't even fought a 2nd fight yet. Anyway, I see certain other channels talking about it. And I realize the conversation is always, oh, it seems like Anthony Joshua is serious this time. You just saw the video, right? Of Deontay Wilder being asked, who do you want to fight? And he clearly said, I choose Tyson Fury. I'm going to go with Fury. What about this guy Wilder that makes people murder their integrity, assassinate the integrity? What about this? People saying, oh, Anthony Joshua is serious this time. Facts. Tyson Fury is a dangerous guy, though. Tyson Fury might knock Deontay Wilder out. That's why he chose Tyson. Tyson is a dangerous fighter. And paths unknown. What about this man's history that people don't get? Do you want me to pull up more interviews with Deontay Wilder saying he's not fighting Anthony Joshua? He's moved on. Yet I see channels. I'm not gonna call their names. Because I'm disappointed in some of these channels. Anthony Joshua might be serious this time. As if a man throwing $100 million at you ain't serious. He's throwing 60-40 to you. Not serious. This is a man standing outside Deontay Wilder's door, knocking on his door, saying, come outside, let's fight on the goddamn lawn. Come outside. Let's fight in your driveway. Tyson Fury is a curveball. So Joshua is outside on the porch, knocking on this man's door, saying, come outside, let's fight in your driveway. And Deontay Wilder stays inside his house saying, oh, they're ducking me. They don't want to fight me. They don't want to fight me. Before that interview with Fight Hype, he was on Joe Rogan saying they're begging to fight me. They're begging to go and look up the Joe Rogan video. I can't play too much videos on this because I might get flagged. I don't want to get flagged. Go to the Joe Rogan podcast, look for his interview with Deontay Wilder, and hear Deontay Wilder said, they are begging me to fight. And in the same interview saying, he's ducking me. None of it makes no sense. Again, this is history that we already know. Wilder doesn't even deserve a chance to fight AJ. You goddamn right he don't deserve a chance. How much chances can one man have and just say no? Wilder doesn't even try and negotiate a better price. He just says no, he's not fighting. Again, every single time he's had an opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua or fight another champion for more belts, something weird has happened where the fight never comes off. Thank you, Red Glove. In that interview, this man is saying they're ducking me and then said, oh, they're begging me to fight now. So which is it? This is why, again, AJ, once again, wasting his time. I'll tell y'all something, man. We excited for motions, yeah. We excited. As you said, the heavyweight division is so lit right now. We gotta keep adding. We gotta keep flaming it up, like it's a goddamn barbecue. Facts. But it's the people who are sitting here, and it's like they're on YouTube channels, and it's like I'm asking, I asked one of them the other night, how are you saying, because he said Anthony Joshua don't want no smoke with Deontay Wilder. So I asked that individual, how are you saying that when Deontay Wilder turned down recently $100 million? His reply to me was, I just don't think Anthony Joshua is serious about fighting Deontay Wilder. I don't understand. They just live, they live in a world where facts don't matter, where integrity doesn't matter. Anthony Joshua wasting his time on these people. These people over here are talking about ducking, but nobody's holding Wilder accountable. I used to be a Wilder fan. But the problem is I'm a bigger combat sports fan than I am a fan of any athlete. Because trust me, if Anthony Joshua wasn't doing the things that I think he's supposed to do, which is unify the division, fighting the best possible opponents, I wouldn't support him either. I stopped supporting Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder wasn't doing the things he's supposed to do, which is fight the best opponents available. And I just proved that by showing you the 3 people he could have fought that would have cemented his legacy. Charles Martin, Vladimir Klitschko, Joseph Parker. 3 people that were in Deontay Wilder's sphere. And he didn't fight them. But Anthony Joshua did. Oh, also, Alexander Povetkin, who Wilder lost a court case to when he ran out of Moscow. Wilder also said America doesn't support its black fighters, but then he says he's the biggest name. Red Gloved Militant. Good day, sir.
Hey, how's it going?
All good, brother. Talk to me.
Yeah, it's pretty blatant that a lot of these guys they're just desperate for Deontay Wilder to be the invincible one punch knockout power, never ducking machine that they want him to be, but he's just not that. You know, he's not fighting the best competition. He's not doing what they want to make him out to do. And here's the thing, I'm a Triple G fan. Never in my wildest arguments when I was, talking about when he should have got that Canelo fight, never once did I say he was A-side. Never once did I make it seem like he had the best resume. In my opinion, Triple G had a better resume than Deontay Wilder. They just weren't big names, but they were ranked higher than a lot of Deontay Wilder's opponents. So, but these guys, they're like completely delusional. And just the fact that they would say, oh, I just don't think that AJ wants the fight. I mean, they've already they're telling you what they're all about. They've already made up in their mind that AJ's a coward no matter what he does.
Listen, when I asked that person, what do you mean you don't feel he wants to fight? And his reply back to me, I just don't think so. Like, what? Is this grown man logic? What's this? A man throwing $100 million. Here, you have that. Just fight me. Don't fight me once. I'm gonna give you 2 times to fight me. 2. And he says no. And I just don't think Anthony Joshua wants to fight. What?
Yeah, that's not. Not only is that not grown man logic, that's just not logic at all. Like, that's not logical, that it just doesn't make any sense. And I mean, they come up with whatever they can. Oh, AJ wasn't in the contract. Yeah, that's why Deontay Wilder was asking how much AJ was going to get.
Exactly. Because he wasn't in the contract. Exactly.
Like, they say whatever.
They just say whatever, bro. And this other one, as I told you, I came about this article because of these channels. I was like, well, what's this? Because I did see the picture of Anthony Joshua with Usyk's management. So I guess they were working out a way to make this situation work, right? Anyway, and let me pull up the article because I want to make sure everybody understands what I'm talking about. Let me pull it up.
And I'm not driving this time, so I can actually look at it.
Thank you, my brother. Safety first, right? So let me pull the shit up. Again, all credit goes to Sky Sports. Anthony Joshua reveals new negotiations to fight Deontay Wilder. God damn it, where is it? Where'd it go? No, I don't want to watch anything, sir. There it is. I don't want to watch anything. Right. So Anthony Joshua insists a curveball offer could tempt Deontay Wilder into a dream undisputed heavyweight championship fight, and as revealed, he has held meetings to discuss how to set it up. All right. So
this is just pure American propaganda, because when I said Tyson Fury is the curveball, they've prioritized this Tyson Fury fight. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to act like it's not a meaningful fight, but I'm sorry. Me personally, I put Undisputed over everything.
But of course.
So how is Anthony Joshua throwing him a curveball? Like, everybody says they want Undisputed, but they they make excuses why this undisputed fight shouldn't happen.
Right.
Like it doesn't make sense.
So this is what AJ is saying. Everyone wants Wilder to win because a fight with me is what everybody wants to see. Wilder has a great right hand and I have a great left hand. It is a great boxing match. We had a meeting about that. It has great potential. I heard Wilder and Fury have a third fight lined up towards the end of the year, but we have to throw a curveball in there. Something that gets Wilder's attention, providing he wins, so that he thinks to himself, even though I have a rematch clause, I'll see how I can manipulate my contract to get out of it for that undisputed fight. No, this is Anthony Joshua saying, you know, he gonna try something to get the fight made. No, the last channel I saw talking about this said that Anthony Joshua will fight Deontay, is saying he'll fight Deontay Wilder regardless if Wilder loses or not. You just saw that man quoted saying, provided Wilder wins. You see how these people make up all these false narratives, right? You have Anthony Joshua here saying he wants to fight this man provided he wins. Joshua is on record before saying it's not about Wilder. It's about the belt. In that same article, he's saying he supports Fury because of it'll be a big UK fight for the local people and all that, right? But for the fans want to see the Wilder fight, obviously. Go ahead, Red Glove, sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, they're gonna spin it however they want. Like it, that's just unfortunate. You know, I'm an American. I was born and raised here. I'm not only am I an American, I'm an American from the South.
Mm.
You know, so because America, you know, is a big country, but yeah, I'm from the South. And like you, at one time I was a Wilder fan, you know, but it comes to a point where, you know, you have to call out the bullshit. And that's just the I'm way past that point. I've been calling out the bullshit for a couple years now. But unfortunately, a lot of my American brethren, they they can't find it within themselves to be real with themselves. If you think that Deontay Wilder would beat White and would beat AJ, that's cool. But don't try to parade like he wants to fight. Don't try to parade like he's the A side. Don't try to parade like he is the face of boxing. None of those things are true. He, you think, you know, who we think would win is completely opinion at this point
Right.
until they get into the ring. My thing is this: I'm seeing more AJ fans who want to see the fight than I'm seeing Wilder fans who want to see the fight. I'm seeing Wilder fans make excuse after excuse why the fight shouldn't happen. And this is boxing. We're supposed to be boxing fans. I think all these guys should be fighting each other. I think AJ and Tyson Fury should be fighting. And whoever this Tyson Fury guy is, throw his ass in there too.
He can get it too. He can get it too.
No, but seriously, they all need to be fighting each other, win, lose, or draw. That's what the guys used to. That's what the heavyweights and really just boxing as a whole used to do back in the day. The 60s, 70s, and 80s and 90s was all full of you know, boxers fighting each other, win, lose, or draw. You know, now every once in a while you had a fight that didn't happen, but now it's switched. Every once in a while we get the fights that we want,
Exactly.
and in between we get all these cherry picks.
Exactly. I don't know. I mean, I can't say anything better than that. Here you have a man who had an opportunity. Remember, they were supposed, if they fought, it was going to be at Wembley Stadium, the 23rd, I think, of April. That didn't come off, which is why Joshua made his way over to America, lost to Ruiz, and then we all know the saga, won back the belt and all that. Tell me if this man is not, tell me, this man has an opportunity to make this, and he keeps choosing other people to fight. He keeps choosing them. Yet I'm supposed to believe that whatever curveball Anthony Joshua is going to throw, whatever curveball Deontay Wilder is going to bite. I remember, this the same Mike Montero guy who said you can't put Anthony Joshua's number one because he lost. He said, this is going to be like the Klitschko days where the Americans did not do any business with Klitschko. They didn't put Bermane Stavern to fight Vladimir Klitschko. They didn't put Deontay Wilder to fight Vladimir Klitschko because they did not want to risk anything because they needed that championship belt in America. They needed that because it looks better on their networks that the world champion is fighting. Because if he fights, yes, he might win, but he also might lose. So this might even be Deontay Wilder's call. This is just his management saying, we can't risk it. Don't worry with that. They'll probably risk Wilder losing if he beats Tyson Fury twice, because Joshua is not getting his fight in 2020. It's not happening. You just saw Deontay Wilder on Seconds Out. Again, go look at Seconds Out interviewing Deontay Wilder after his press conference with Tyson Fury when Radio Raheem asks, why aren't y'all sending Joshua in contract? Shelley Finkel, of course, steps in and says, well, after this fight, we'll be sending Joshua a contract. Maybe. And Wilder shuts up and walks off. Man, look, give me a break, all right? Nothing in Wilder's history tells me Joshua is not wasting, and Joshua needs to be concentrating on Kubrat Pulev and Alexander Usyk. Because, Pulev might be an easier fight, but it's not an easy fight. Okay?
I agree.
I think he's wasting his time.
Yeah, I agree. He is. He's wasting his time making any offers. Like, anytime that there is an offer, if the other fighter just turns it down, doesn't make a counter offer or anything, that should be considered a duck.
That's a duck.
And here's the thing: when that supposed $50 million that offer was made, Anthony Joshua never outright turned it down. His team wanted to talk about it because the offer wasn't made in the form of a contract. So it's like, we're interested in the $50 million.
Can we meet?
We need to get the details. We need to know what is up. Now, the narrative is, Anthony Joshua ducked him because he didn't accept the $50 million. But Deontay Wilder can turn down $120 million and not make a counter offer, not say, hey, can we talk about this? None of that. But he's not ducking. But Anthony Joshua, who wanted to talk about it and get details worked out, he ducked.
Listen, man, they didn't even offer Anthony Joshua the same courtesy that the Zone offered Deontay Wilder. Remember, this wasn't even a matchroom offer. This was from the Zone. Wilder at least got the opportunity to sit in a room, ask any questions he wanted to, understand that the money was real, and then still said no. Anthony Joshua didn't even get that opportunity. You know what Anthony Joshua got? A 24-hour deadline.
And a bunch of meetings that were canceled.
And then Lou DiBella and all these people now are saying, oh, yeah, sure, it was with BT Sport, but who cares? You know very well he can't do business with BT Sport. Why are you putting all these things around it? This is the issue. Nothing in Deontay Wilder's history tells me that man wants to be undisputed champion. He's been talking about one face, one name. It hasn't happened. I just outlined to you 3 different people he could have unified the division with. And every single time, the fight fell through. I just outlined it. So if you're watching the replay of this video and you have something to say, don't speak to me. Go and ask Deontay Wilder and his team, how come none of these fights ever happened? before Joshua, by the way.
Yep. Because it's not like, when they announced the fight with Klitschko, and AJ, I think it was right after AJ knocked out Molina, if I'm not mistaken. They announced that fight right after. That was Wilder's cue to try to get that fight with Joseph Parker.
In
That
fact,
was his cue to try to get that IBF or
WBO.
Or was it WBO? That's right.
Yeah.
That was his cue to try to get that WBO belt, but he didn't even try. Like that. That wasn't even. It wasn't even an option to him. And he went from talking about one face, one name to I got the belt everybody wants. And that's not even true anymore. WBC has become a joke.
Right.
It's you can't take away the history of the WBC, the all-time greats who have held that belt. But as for what they are right now, they're garbage. They themselves don't even take their own rankings seriously. They made that very apparent with that franchise belt. So, no, that's not the belt everybody wants. Really, there's no belt that is higher than the other. The thing that everybody should want is Undisputed.
Exactly.
But he don't want that. He wants to parade with that one belt. He wants to get Tyson Fury 2 and 3, probably get a Ortiz 3, probably get a Stoka 2, probably a rematch with Duopa.
Hey.
Anything, any guy who's not named White or Joshua.
Let me tell you something, man. During the Klitschko fight, remember Deontay Wilder was ringside. He was doing commentary. He was doing color commentary. And I think there he mentioned, mind you, he didn't say one thing about fighting Joshua. I think he mentioned he was going to go after Joseph Parker during that fight. Because he saw what happened there in Wembley, and he was like, oh, this is so wonderful and all this BS. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here you go. Here we go. What up, El Patron? Salute. Man said WBC is the most prestigious belt. If you say so, bro. Look.
Yeah, my ass.
Look.
Shit.
There's nothing nothing in his history that tells me he wants to unify. So in my opinion, Anthony Joshua has to just concentrate on his mandatories, beat them, and see what's up after that. Go ahead.
All I want to say is, because he's over here talking about WBC is the most prestigious belt. The WBC is the only sanctioning body who has champions that are YouTubers. This is the most prestigious belt. KSI and Jake Paul hold WBC belts.
Whoa. So hold on. I saw Jake Paul walking around with a WBC belt. That's not a fake belt. That's not like a prop.
No, that's a real WBC belt.
A belt for what?
He had fought KSI's brother last year. And that was for, yep. Yeah, KSI has a younger brother. And they fought on the same card. First it was Jake Paul and Deji, that's KSI's brother. And then it was the co-main event. And then the main event was KSI versus Logan Paul when they fought the first time. So that and KSI already had the belt because that was KSI's second fight. KSI first fought a guy named, I think his name was David Weller or something, who was another YouTuber. So the WBC, those are legit WBC belts.
I didn't know that. I thought that shit was a prop.
No, they're fairly new, but those are real WBC belts. They've been around for like 2 years.
Wow.
So, yeah. But this is the most prestigious belt, right? No, man. It's a circus show. They have clowns holding belts. So no, it's not the most prestigious belt. Miss me with that bullshit.
Wow. There you go. Red Glove Militant say, that's some nonsense, sir. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna keep y'all for much longer, but I just really wanted to come on and talk about this bullshit. I'm sorry I didn't get Black on because I wanted Black to really get in on this because again, if you listen to the replay, whoever's gonna listen, just hear me out and you tell me if anything I've said is wrong, if I've been unfair, or if I'm just, if I'm right, tell me if a man has 3 opportunities before Anthony Joshua to unify, because remember, he could have fought Klitschko before Tyson. Was it before Tyson Fury or after Tyson Fury? Whatever it was. Deontay Wilder
was what before or after Tyson Fury?
When Shelly Finkel said Deontay Wilder is a baby champion, was that before Tyson Fury beat Klitschko?
It was before, yeah, because
God.
It was when he first became champion. It was like almost immediately after he became champion. He was like, because they started asking, because you have a new champion, you want to see if he's going to try to become undisputed.
Right.
And that's when Finkel made that statement. He's like, no, he's not fighting Klitschko. He's a baby, And that's supposed to be acceptable. But AJ's a bitch because he didn't fight, Deontay Wilder in his 19th fight.
But
Deontay Wilder gets to be a baby at 33.
He was supposed to fight Deontay Wilder immediately, as they said, after he won the IBF. Immediately. This is fight number 15 or 16, some shit like that. Right? Who wins out of White and Wilder? I think that's a 50-50 fight. I think White takes punishment, but so does Deontay Wilder. I think that's a 50-50 fight, in my opinion. I can see Deontay Wilder stopping White because Dillian White has a way of taking shots. He takes shots, right? The problem is he has a good chin. So it's a 50-50 fight, but I can see also White cleaning out Deontay Wilder.
And I'm calling.
That's that man.
What's up, boss?
There he is.
What's up, Chief? Talk to me, man. Samuel Shaw, what up? Peace.
You the man. You the king, man. What y'all talking about?
Man, I was just recapping the history of Deontay Wilder and his non-unifications, leading up to this article of Joshua saying he's going to throw some curveball in between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fighting again so he can get the fight for Undisputed. So my title for the video is Anthony Joshua is once again wasting his time.
Yeah. Same thing I feel about Crawford. Same thing. I mean, it's a lot of great legacy, seeking fighters. They got a lot of money. Their legacy is already great, but they want better. They want to make their legacy much better. AJ is one of those guys. Wilder has shown us time and time again that legacy is not what he cares about. Matter of fact, he don't even care about money. He said he talked about wanting to get the most money because the head wasn't meant to be hit, right? Yeah. So if you already in the most dangerous division in boxing, where one punch by anybody can take you out, why not get the most money fighting at the top level? You know what I mean? So right. It's this guy, man. He's moved the goalposts so much, and the mere fact that Shelly Finkel saying something about maybe they'll make an offer and so on and so forth, man. They're still, acting like they're more accomplished than AJ, like they are the clear A side or something. And we just know it's just clearly not that. And the only way that AJ is going to get this fight, he's going to have to bow all the way down to the terms of Wilder's team. And if he does that, I can almost guarantee you they're still going to decline the fight because Wilder don't care about that. He out here on some diva stuff. I mean, it's like that wide receiver in football or something. You know what I mean? It's just you a diva, man. And you just want to You want to play mind games. You want to have full control, and you only belt you care about is that green one. That's it.
Red Glove, anything on that?
No, Black. I mean, he said everything there is to say about that. I mean, he's satisfied with that one green belt. He's satisfied with knocking out guys that he's already fought or rematching it because he never knocked out Tyson Fury, or Tyson Fury, whatever he wants to call him. But he, you know, he's wanting to fight anybody who's not White or AJ.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think those guys could definitely beat him, but I'm not one of these boxing fans who says, "Oh, he would beat him." I want to see the fight.
Right.
Let's see these
But you know what?
fights.
But you know what, Red? With this particular situation, being that Wilder is not interested in Undisputed, a lot of boxing fans, real boxing fans, should be hoping that Fury wins the fight, because I think Fury would want to fight AJ more than a Deontay Wilder. I don't know about how y'all feel about that, but I think that Tyson Fury would visit that option to face AJ more than Wilder, because it's bigger for Fury and AJ at Undisputed in the UK than it is for, like, Wilder and AJ, and then, with that whole situation going on, trying to figure out if it's going to be in America or whatever and all of that stuff. So I just think that, if you are a real boxing fan and you want Undisputed, if a fighter that you say that you support and all of that, it's not pushing for that, you got to just ask the question, man. Like, are you just here to just cheerlead one fighter, or are you here to help? Are you here to see the best of boxing? Because we got so much talent, man. This somebody said this the other day. This should be the best era of boxing with all of this talent, but because of everybody want to be a side, we're not seeing the fights that that fans deserve to see, man. We invest a lot of time, energy, promotion and everything like that, just to hear these guys, just to talk about how these guys won't fight each other. And it's insane.
Yep. Yeah, the A side shit. First off, anybody who's ever become true A side had to accept B side at some point.
Yeah.
Like Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez accepted B side twice. Well, I mean, I'm sure he accepted it more than that, but against Floyd Mayweather and against
Right.
Miguel Cotto.
And
Miguel
he
Cotto
already had
took
a name. Right. And Canelo's already
exactly,
established and had a name, but he still accepted B side twice.
exactly. He took 25% against Cotto, and now Canelo Alvarez is doing what? Made 365 million plus over the course of 5 years. None of these
Yep.
guys are doing that. But none of these guys are willing to accept B side at any point. They want to start
Mm-hmm.
out A side.
Right. But you know what? That just goes to show that a lot of these fighters aren't confident enough to believe that, if they take a high risk and accept B side, that they're not going to overcome, that challenge, and then they're going to just be stuck as somebody who's accepted B side and lost. But if they was confident, it's like, I'm gonna accept B side because I know I'm gonna win, and put myself further in a position to where I'm gonna be A side against pretty much anybody except for maybe a few people. But you gotta accept B side, man, to put yourself in a position to become A side. You gotta be some A side people to be able to say,
Exactly.
okay, now I'm A side. But hey, man, not a lot of people want to do that. They want to stay right where they at, where it's comfortable, fight a bunch of B to C level fighters. Don't want to fight no A level competition, because and A level competition come with the biggest bag. But like I
Yep.
said, I don't even pay attention to a lot of these trash fighters that talk all of this mess, and how they want the most money, and how they the best in the division, like say like Jamal too, like Jamal Charlo. It's sad. It's just ridiculous. And then you still got these same people in media and these casuals and these fanboys still talking about, Lions only run boxing and all this other stuff, or Bronze Bomber is the best, whoopie whoop. And it's just like, man, look, this shit is just foolishness at this point. Foolishness, because these guys that y'all love to cheerlead, they have done little to nothing to help the sport of boxing, become a better sport, man.
Let me tell you something, man. It's so bad that and shout outs to Ring IQ Boxing. He brought another article to my attention from a Mr. Kevin Ioli at Yahoo Sport talking shit. The article says how Deontay Wilder single-handedly revived heavyweight boxing. I was like, what world am I living in?
Wow.
What the fuck? I'm like, what is this?
I would love to see the breakdown of that. Please explain yourself.
No, I mean, you gotta look for this article. You know what? Let me look for the article because woo, it was like, man,
dude.
This is what I would say about Deontay Wilder. This is the props that I have to give them. He single-handedly put a stop to Undisputed. That's what he did.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a revitalization of the division. That's its ultimate downfall.
One face, one belt. Not one face, one name. One face, one belt.
Yep.
WBC. That's all he want.
One right hand.
Right.
Right.
One punch, one face, one punch, one belt.
I want to make sure y'all understand that I'm not joking. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, and that's not hate, because he literally waited for that one hand when he fought Ortiz the second time. What were you saying?
Look at this crap on the screen, man. Single-handedly revived it. Who is this that freaking wrote this, man?
Kevin Ioli is a supposed sports guy for Yahoo. He's written some bad shit before. Like he's been on the outs with I think UFC, but this was when I saw it, I was like, what? What am I? Listen, man. So here we go. That's the article, you know.
Man. How do you to start a paragraph with defeating Bermane Stiverne? That just tell you right there, bro. Like, look here, man.
Let me tell you something.
If you're gonna start a paragraph off of on January 17th when he defeated Bermane Stiverne, I'm not even reading no further. Like, bro, you a casual journalist.
let me just be clear.
Man.
January 2015. I just outlined every scenario of Deontay Wilder ducking unification fights. But if y'all have a chance, go and check this article out. It's kind of lengthy, and I don't want to read all this garbage here. But if y'all have a chance, go check this article out, read it, and let me see what y'all think, because this was some garbage, bro. Single-handedly. What?
The headline tells me everything I need to know. I mean, I'll probably skim through it, but I know I ain't gonna waste my time trying to read that whole thing, because that doesn't it just doesn't make sense. Like you look at his every fight that he's had since he becomes champion, and you look at his career as a whole, and it doesn't compare. And Anthony Joshua has half the fights as him, but I mean he in every way, shape, and form, Anthony Joshua has him beat. Like, people want to discredit him because he lost once. But most people feel that Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time. How many losses did he have?
Yes, quite a few losses.
Exactly. So that tells me that a loss doesn't knock you off that hill in itself. You know, it depends. There's a couple things that it depends on. Now, the fact is, he came back and he beat the guy who beat him. Mm-hmm. You know, Lennox Lewis gets a lot of praise for defeating every man who's ever stepped in the ring with him. That doesn't mean he's undefeated. It just means that he had to avenge some losses.
Exactly.
AJ, now I'm not saying AJ is Lennox Lewis at this point, but he's on that track.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
and you know what?
Go ahead.
It could be my bad, Colin. I was just gonna say it might be a situation where AJ might lose again in the future, but that don't mean he may not avenge that loss and get back to the crown because he's been there before.
Bro, if you're fighting people of a high caliber, even people of a low caliber, somebody might get you. Somebody might get you, right? So, I mean, somebody losing a fight, that don't mean shit to me. I'm trying to see fights, and I don't care if you lose or not. You see, this generation of fight fans is different to me because this is a social media. It's not about what you do. It's about the persona you project. It's about what you say and all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, let me get some comments up on the screen here. It's like the U.S. wants to X AJ out and diminish. Exactly.
It do seem like, yeah, it is.
Exactly. They don't want this dude to have these accomplishments. That's the problem. It's not about what you say or what you want. It's about what a fighter does. Let me say, for instance, right? Dan Raphael on his Twitter, around the New Year's time, had up what's the fight of the decade, right? The fight of the decade. And AJ Klitschko was up there. I think that won. People voted that the most memorable fight. Lou DiBella was pissed. Why is that fight even up there? And all this bullshit. So people were like, what? So Dan Raphael said, what other heavyweight fight do you know of last decade surpassed that? And somebody was like, Tyson Fury. It's like, nobody talks about the Tyson Fury Klitschko fight, but everybody talks about the Anthony Joshua Klitschko fight. That was the fight for me, for instance, that made me say, this motherfucker Anthony Joshua is for real. Like, this dude is not playing, right? People, and you see the views on Showtime, because that fight happened in the US in the middle of the day for two non-Americans fighting. And that is almost 700 and something thousand views. That's more than Deontay Wilder has ever done in his life. A one fight. You understand me? Yet somehow Deontay Wilder single-handedly revived the heavyweight division. What fight has Deontay Wilder been involved in that was memorable? That was no memorable fight. The Tyson Fury fight was no classic fight. It wasn't a very good fight. It was a good fight, but just not very good. It was an all right fight. You know what I mean? That wasn't no classic shit like Klitschko Joshua. What are you talking about? Right? So it's like, how is this man single-handedly? This man been champ since 2015 and has not been involved in one all-time classic yet. Not one.
Right. You know what it is, man? It's the country bias, man. And it's like people say that they boxing fans, but you might be an American boxing fan or UK boxing fan or whatever geographical boxing fan, but you're not just a boxing fan where you can just be unbiased and give the just due to the person who earned it and who deserves it. And it's sad that we seeing the jealousy and envy of just the UK fighters on this American side. You can't say that you move in integrity and you truthful unless it's somebody outside your geographical area. Now I can't keep it real on this dude. Oh, why the heck is this guy even in the rankings? Who put him up on the list? Like, what the heck is going on? We're American. What, are you kidding me? Why is this UK guy here? Who did this? Fire him. And it's ridiculous because, and I mean, I would feel the same way if the UK was in our position and they had, we had an American champion who had multiple straps, who was clear A-side, who broke records with pay-per-views and making so much money and all of this stuff. Like, if they would be over there having the same type of energy, like, why is even Deontay Wilder up here? Who cares that he has multiple straps? Who cares that he's making all this money? Who did this? Like, I would be looking at UK like, man, y'all trash. Like, I thought it was a world championship. I thought it was about being a world champion, not just an American champion or the UK champion. It's about world. So I'm looking at and seeing what AJ is doing. And he's in a position where he can prove that he can fight anywhere in the world, and he can defend his status as a champion. That's what a champion does. You must be willing to defend your belt anywhere in the world, not just in the UK. That's why I was glad, even though he lost, I was glad that he at least took a step to leave his comfort zone. He went to America where he lost, but still, a world champion means you can go somewhere else and defend. He lost that his first time out fighting outside of there, and then he avenged that loss in another geographical location. He didn't go back to the UK. If he would have won in the UK, then people would have been like, "Ah, shit, that hometown will be, you got the energy of all your damn Wembley or whatever, and you got your comfort zone. So yeah, you have it your way." But he still went to a neutral location, and I think that AJ really set himself apart Deontay Wilder by miles, man, because he's destroying him in every category, whether American fans like that or not. Like, we deal with the truth over here. So Wilder is just not on that level, man. And we got a lot of pretending as actors in this country, where they got to pretend like they something that they not. Fake it till they make it type stuff.
Look at what Salman Shah is saying, though. Salman Shah is wondering if Wilder is afraid to become undisputed because sanctioning bodies will have him facing more mandatories instead of him getting to pick and choose his opponents.
Here's my opinion. If he were to become undisputed, and this is just my opinion, if anybody hears this and they, you have to realize it's just an opinion. I think he would hold the belts until they start demanding his mandated fights, in which I think he'll start vacating them until he's left with just that WBC. And then he'll just make the argument, well, nobody beat me for those belts, so I'm still technically undisputed. Here's my thing, though. I don't think he believes he can become undisputed, because if he believed that, he would have already made the undisputed fight.
Yeah,
Facts.
or either that, or people that his handlers don't believe that he can get it done. They just been taking this guy for forever, man. From Klitschko back in the day, all kind of top competition. So, and that comment that Lisa made, I saw that interview when Jeff Mayweather said that shit. I was like, man, this dude is the most. Get this ugly, ridiculous. Get him off the damn camera. Get him out of here. Get his ass out of here.
Here's my thing, though. That's his nephew. I'm not defending it, but that's his nephew. So that's gonna be his. I can't blame him all that much because, that's blood. So I got to give him a little bit of a break on that.
But wait,
that's
to
where
say that he had everything given to him. To say that AJ had everything given to him.
I know, and that's where I definitely disagree with him. I'm just saying he's gonna do whatever whatever he thinks he needs to do to elevate his nephew's name. And unfortunately, in today's day and age, when your guy doesn't cut it, you just tend to cut down the other guys. That's what everybody does these days, or most people. Not us in the UGC. We try our best to call it down the middle, and that's what a lot of people don't like about us. That we're not trying to push an agenda. Of course, a certain amount of it is our opinion, but when we're talking about how it's a fact, Deontay Wilder has never unified. He's never even attempted to unify. That's not hating. It's just a fact. There's a reason why AJ has 3 belts and Wilder still has 1 till this day.
I'm sorry. Anthony Joshua has 4 belts. You're not going to diss my IBO belt because I ranked that.
Yeah, man. Get some respect on the
IBO. If we're not going to listen, I ranked the IBO because the WBC ain't shit. So
technically, Joshua's WBC. Joshua's undisputed. Goddamn it.
That's right.
He undisputed. Right? That's 4 belts, man.
Well, when I say 3, I'm talking about out of the 4 ones that everybody considers for undisputed. But you're right. Hey, man, we
should start. That should be the first narrative we should start pushing in. Fuck it. AJ is undisputed.
He got 4 belts, and Deontay Wilder don't got any.
Lisa Bale said, because AJ basically hasn't earned the right to be the cash cow. The problem is Floyd Mayweather disagrees with Jeff because Floyd already said AJ's A-side. Floyd had said the fight needs to happen in the UK because Anthony.
When your nephew bodies your whole interview.
And that's why Deontay Wilder. Another reason he does not like Floyd Mayweather. He doesn't like him. He doesn't like him. You understand me?
Because Floyd deal with money. He like, yeah, you ain't getting money like AJ is. So
right, you gotta go to the UK to fight. When they were offering 100 million, it was 2 fights. 1 in America guaranteed, 1 in the UK guaranteed. Then you saw all this shit come out after Dillian White got proven innocent. Oh, we don't really mind going to the UK, but it's dangerous because we don't trust the drug testing over there and all this bullshit from Wilder's team. You understand me? There's always
Man.
something up why these people are not making these fights. I want y'all to go back into the history, be unbiased, look
But
it
he
up.
fought Ortiz twice. Not once, but twice. And he was
And
never cleared.
He knocked him out twice. Same
and
deal.
fought Tyson Fury, who was involved in the same nonsense, and is fighting him again. Remember, Tyson Fury was involved in a PED scandal also.
Right.
But that's cool. That's cool. But when it comes
Right.
to somehow Dillian White or Anthony Joshua, it's a problem.
Right. He don't keep the same energy with. Yeah, exactly.
It's a problem. Let me tell y'all something, man. If you're listening to the replay, before you leave nonsense comments, because I saw somebody leave one before. I think it was 1-2 kid who brought these trolls to my channel, but whatever. They left some gay J comment. The person deleted it, but I don't care. It's like
Right.
these people have personal issues with Anthony Joshua.
Right.
Personal,
Nothing related to
weird.
boxing.
It comes off a bit homosexual to me. How these people have this issue with Anthony Joshua. It's always on some personal shit. Listen,
And the crazy thing about that, if that's true, you mean to tell me this homosexual is more successful than your heterosexual ass champ? Nigga, like, come on now.
Come on, bro.
Crazy. Like, y'all calling this AJ gay and all this shit. If he is gay, he got more heart and more balls than Deontay Wilder, and he heterosexual, even though he got a nose ring on. But come on now. Y'all got to make sure he step in the ring and get them straps off of him.
The reality is this. They want to call him gay because he was at the beach shirtless. I don't know about y'all, but the only people that I know of that go to the beach wearing a shirt are people with titties.
You overweight ass, hate ass dude.
Now, but Wilder can say he wants to know what it's like to be pregnant. Now, some of y'all are married out there.
Then he got the nose ring 3 months later.
You know how your wife got pregnant? They had to take a dick. So come on now.
Wait, hold up, Red. Yeah, this is getting out of line. So basically, you saying he basically him saying that he want to get pregnant mean that he want to get yeah, man. Let's go and move on. This man, he basically want to get done up and so he can get pregnant. That's the only way that's gonna happen.
But he's not suspect.
He want to get blown out
somehow.
Here you go, Black. This person has a question for you. Why AJ duck Wilder though? This person wasn't listening to my show.
That's the troll. Ain't that El Jefe?
Yeah, that's El Jefe.
Yeah, nobody worry about him.
Yo, you want the link? El Jefe, El Patron. Sorry, El Patron. This is not El Jefe. This is El Patron. Yeah. You're not gonna disrespect my listeners, sir. This is not El Jefe. This is El Patron. You want the link, sir? I'll put the link in there for you.
Look, man. Every time you change your name, that's cool. Put the new name, but you got to put AKA El Jefe at the end of the shit.
El Patron asks why he ducked Wilder.
AKA El Body.
Black, he said I should ask you. I should ask you that question.
What he talking about right now? AJ's ducking Deontay Wilder?
See that question. Why AJ duck Wilder though? So that's a question to you, sir.
That's a false narrative. That's a false narrative, man. I don't know what you're talking about. You know, if you're talking about whose fault was it, why negotiations didn't go through in the past before, I think at one point it was AJ's fault, and I think right now it's completely Wilder's fault. You know, I think that, you know, they were playing games at first, AJ Hearn and all. Hearn in the first time that they visited the fight, but Wilder stayed on some diva holding a grudge type shit. You know, these guys is really trying to make the fight now, and he acting like, you know what, I don't need Undisputed no more. I got the green prestigious belt, and I got a what you call it, the PBC belt coming pretty soon. So hey, I'm gonna be unified anyway. I'm not worried about Undisputed. You know, I'm not worried about becoming a multi-millionaire. You know, I don't care about one face, one name no more. You know what I mean? So El Jefe, shut up, man. You know what it is. Shut your ass up.
Answer, sir. So that's what he said. As I said, I think me and Red Glove were talking about the fact that because I got it confused. Deontay Wilder have been champ since 2015. He could have fought Klitschko before Tyson Fury fought Klitschko. And he didn't. Every time he's had an opportunity to fight somebody for more belts, something strange has happened. Even if you believe Anthony Joshua was the issue before, no problem. If the ultimate goal is to fight him, and he finally comes out and offers you the fight, now you've got him. You've got him cornered. I got him now. So now you've got him cornered. You don't want to fight him? Then were you bullshitting before? Was it just clout chasing before then? Because now you're saying, okay, you got me. I can't go no further. It's like when you hunt a goddamn fox and you leave the foxhounds, and the foxhounds corner the fox. Now you've been chasing this fox all day, or the hog. You've been chasing this hog all day, and you finally corner this hog. You got him to kill, and you said, you know what? Don't worry about it.
Hey, I gotta debunk this. I gotta debunk that shit that he said after. What he said? He said, so now suddenly AJ wants the Wilder. Now that Wilder has a big pay-per-view fight versus Fury. He made the 120 million offer before he fought Brazil, which was not a pay-per-view fight. So that's bullshit right there. No, it's not suddenly now. He's been making these offers.
What are you talking about? The pay-per-view with Ortiz? He really talking about the pay-per-view with Ortiz? Man, stop it.
Yeah, that was a big pay-per-view, 275,000. Wow.
He cloud chasing Wilder because of the successful pay-per-view he had with Ortiz and shit.
gotta get a piece of that pie, boy. Gotta get a piece of that pie.
Gotta get a piece of that 200,000 buys.
200,000 views, boy. I'm a big money. That's boy. Listen, man. Listen.
Press the link. Stop typing.
El Patron, you're always welcome to press the link, sir. We would love for your opinion to be recorded live for everybody to see. We can't continue clicking this stuff. We want you on the panel to body Black and Red Glove. My money's on you, sir.
Yes, please, El Jefe. Please come body me, man. It's been a while.
Okay.
If there was betting odds on this and he won, you'd make so much money because the odds are definitely stacked against him. Like it's like a 300-1 or something like that. Like
I mean, did he watch the video I just played from Fight Hype when the guy asked him, "Are you going to fight Joshua on the 23rd?" Deontay Wilder said he chooses to fight the great Tyson Fury. This is before the Andy Ruiz fight. This is after the first Tyson Fury fight. This is everything was cleared. They had the location. Here we go.
Yo, what's good, Iron Cone? Appreciate for having me on, man. My throat's kind of fucked up. But I could talk that shit right now.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with your damn throat? Shut up. He's trying to make an excuse for when he get body. Like you like your
Don't worry about it.
Hey, my throat, my voice is more fucked up than yours, so no excuses.
No, but I just got sick today, man. So
no, hold on.
I'm going through the effects right now. But
hold on.
Hold on, El Jefe.
Sir, because my money's on you, and I need you to deal with Black and Red Glove. I'm
not gonna debate. I just want to be. 2020 is the year of the trendsetter, so there ain't no debate. We're just gonna talk this boxing.
Stop repeating what you hear Jalik say. Okay,
and share our opinions on this thing.
Okay, so the question was, now when somebody's talking, please don't cut them off. I want El Patron to have his say, because this is going to be a structured discussion. You said Anthony Joshua is ducking Deontay Wilder and only wants to fight him now that Wilder has big pay-per-view fights. Go ahead and expand, sir. You have the floor.
Well, what I was trying to say is that AJ's been saying that he wants his fight with Deontay Wilder, but he only says that once Deontay Wilder has a fight in store with him. So AJ's only it's like a semi clout chase that he's doing, because AJ had the opportunity to fight Deontay Wilder when the $50 million were offered.
Body bag right here.
No, hold on, Black. No, Black.
Oh,
You've
my
been
bad.
violated.
You're right.
I'm gonna mute you, sir.
Oh, my bad.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, and AJ was offered the $50 million because he even said it out of his own mouth that if they offered me $50 million, he would take the offer. And once they offered him the $50 million, he didn't take shit. He ducked and he hid.
Okay, you finished?
I'm finished.
All right. Who do you want to respond first? Red Glove or Black?
Whoever wants to go first, doesn't matter.
Red Glove, go ahead.
I'm actually in the middle of something. Can Black
Okay,
go first?
Black, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. To be honest with you, man, just to call somebody a duck, that would have to mean first off that the other guy wants the fight. He's been requesting the fight. He's actually made an offer. Okay. So to say that AJ is ducking Wilder, the next question will be, is Wilder trying to make the fight happen with AJ? And if the answer is no, then that whole freaking narrative about AJ ducking, that's false, man. Get that out of here. Because you just admitted that AJ has been saying he wants to fight, and no matter whatever time period you say, like when he has a fight already made or whatever the case, you got one guy calling for the fight, saying that he wants to fight. The other guy saying that maybe we'll consider the fight next. Maybe. So who is really ducking? Because what you just said does not prove that AJ is ducking, man. Does not prove it. You know, your narrative is that he clout chasing off Wilder, but he said many, many times in you know, that to Wilder that, hey man, let's make this fight happen. Ready whenever you are. You know, and Wilder is not even, he's the one that said he wanted to be one face, one name, undisputed. You know, and what's going on now? What happened to that? I guess the green belt is the only thing that matters, so on and so forth. And I wanted to say, Iron Cone, too, before you go back to him, that I think it's safe to say that the WBC champions are in the safest sanctioning body. You know, I think that any other champion in a different sanctioning body you ain't as protected, you know, as a WBC champion. That's all he is, El Jefe. He's a protected champion in that WBC sanctioning body, thanks to Mauricio Suleiman and Al Heyman.
Go ahead, sir.
Well, I was gonna say, how can you really say Wilder doesn't want the fight when his energy, if you know how to read energies, Wilder's energy tells you that he wants a fight. He's the one that's calling out AJ. When they ask him about Deontay Wilder, he doesn't know what to do. He's scared of Wilder, man.
Oh my God! All right, so you up here lying, bro? I thought we debate facts. Now you're talking about somebody's energy.
No, but
he's never.
that's what I'm saying.
When did he last say?
If you know how to read,
he wanted to fight AJ? I'm asking.
Hold on. That's why I'm asking. Do you know how to read energies?
Yeah.
Can I say something? Can I
like
step
your
in?
energy? Like I can read your energy right now. You already lost the debate.
No.
Let me step in real quick.
All right, don't disturb Red Glove, please.
El Jefe, you do not know how to read energy. Because according to you, you knew that Ruiz was going to beat AJ. Now that you said you knew he was going to beat AJ in that rematch because you could tell in the body language and the energy. What happened the night of the second fight? Answer that, please.
Okay, that was probably a misjudgment by me, but let me tell you something about that.
Energy.
Wait, hold on. You're asking me to answer, man. You're cutting me off. Hold on.
Don't interrupt that, please. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, that might have been a bad night by me, but also, like, let's take it into account, man. They took Andy Ruiz to Saudi Arabia. They took Andy Ruiz when he wasn't ready to take the fight. They took advantage of Andy Ruiz and that whole situation, man. And was there even bottle testing for that fight? Because according to from what we've seen as boxing fans, AJ usually gets tired in the late rounds, and in this fight he didn't get tired at all. He was bouncing on his feet, he was moving around without getting tired. So what does that tell you?
Okay, you know what it tells me? Fucked up. You fucked up Iron Cone's money. He bet on you, and the money's gone.
let me go ahead and address that.
This man.
Okay. Okay, so wait a minute. They didn't give him enough time
He went the distance, so the bottom
from
tester must not have tested him
from
because he
from
went the
June
distance,
to
man, and he started
from
boxing.
June to December. I don't know if you understand this. June to December is 6 months. That was way more time than he had for the first fight. Okay, but he didn't have enough time. That's bullshit. Okay, don't give me that. You just got bodied again. Enjoy it.
No,
Congratulations.
but hold on. I'm saying physically he wasn't ready. I'm saying okay, he had 6 months, but what did he do during those 6 months? He was out there
He-
partying.
Whose
He was out
fault
there
is that?
drinking.
Whose fault is that?
No, that's
Is
okay.
he?
That's part
Does
of Andy
AJ
Ruiz.
control his?
Wait,
Hold on.
hold
Does
on.
AJ control his training?
Wait,
Does A,
You're
hold
gonna
on.
lose your
does
voice. Hold
Let's
on,
keep
Red. You're
this
gonna
control
lose your
his
civil.
voice, Red.
Hold
training?
on, hold on, hold on, hold
Yelling
on.
Let's
over him.
keep this civil.
Stop.
Say
We're
keep
gonna
it simple.
go. We're gonna go El Jefe. We're gonna go back to black. Then we're gonna go to red glove. All right. El Jefe, go ahead.
Have you ever heard the saying you could catch someone slipping? Well,
Yeah.
they caught Andy Ruiz slipping, man, because they knew he wasn't gonna be ready. They knew he was out there party. That's why they put that gay ass rematch clause, man, because they knew Andy Ruiz wasn't gonna be ready.
All
That's all
right.
I gotta say.
Black, go ahead.
They caught him slipping in them buffets, motherfucker. What
Flipping,
you
boy.
talking
Go ahead.
about, man? They caught him slipping. They caught him slipping in them goddamn buffets after hours. Your dumb ass. Shut up, El. You don't know, man. Iron Cone, you should have never put money on this dude.
I don't know,
This is
man.
this is an ant. This
I
is
like
an ant right
I
here,
like
bro.
LFA's heart though. Y'all
You
tripping.
know, I hope you like the fact that you done lost that money. But I tell you like this, man. There ain't no excuse for a professional champion to be caught slipping doing nothing. There's no excuse for that shit, man. You know, this is a professional athlete. This ain't no amateur. This ain't no prospect. This is a champion. This is somebody you put. You remember you changed your whole name off this dude. You had the whole avatar with the sombrero on and all of that shit. A couple weeks ago. Matter of fact, you was confident about that 283 pounds going into that fight. You remember that shit? Oh, you got amnesia now. I'm gonna just remind you. You were saying that, you know what? It's just gonna make him stronger. It's not gonna be no problem. You guys are gonna be eating your words and eating crow when AJ get knocked out again. What happened to that? Exactly. Go ahead, Red. You ain't got nothing for me.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
the,
am I supposed to
Nah,
respond?
hold on. No,
No,
Hefe. When it come
red
back
glove.
to you, you'll respond. Go ahead, Red.
so rematch clauses are gay now, right? Doesn't this rematch that Deontay Wilder is gonna have with Fury, doesn't it have a gay ass rematch clause as well?
You do? Damn. I
Yeah.
didn't even know that.
So stop with all that gay ass rematch clause bullshit talk. It's when it's convenient, the rematch clauses are gay. But when it's not convenient, well then it's a legacy fight. Yeah, that's bullshit.
That's a
LFA?
good
Yeah, but
comment by AJ.
what I don't understand is how did we go from AJ and Deontay Wilder talk to Andy Ruiz?
Well,
That's what I don't understand.
you said that,
You
dude.
guys are diverting
Brought him up, dummy.
the debate, man.
You brought that
No,
up.
because you were talking about energy, and you were. I was proving that you misjudge energy.
No,
You
but
were
it's
you
not
were
it's not
You
only
said you
me that's
misread.
saying
Remember you said you misread it
A,
that day. Remember?
AJ is scared of Wilder. A lot of channels been saying AJ scared of channels.
Okay, hold on. LFA, are you like driving? If I play a video now, are you gonna be able to see it or no?
Yeah, I could see it.
Okay. Did you see the video I played earlier?
No, man, what was it?
All right, hold on.
It was a video from the future. You getting bodied, bro. You about to replay the shit.
Hold on. I'm gonna share it now. I want y'all to listen to the video, LFAU, and tell me about energy. Okay? Hold on. Are you seeing the screen?
Yeah, I see it.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, I was hearing they was booing the shit out of Joshua there though.
Yeah,
I got some
they
texts
were.
or whatever. They said
Yeah.
the whole entire reason.
So he's saying the 23rd. We know you want the fight. You know you put it out there that you want the fight. So what do you think is going to happen?
I mean, it's interesting right now because the heavyweight division is so lit. It's a lot of things going on. Like you see, I had my mandatory. He was saying that he got power. He wanted as well too. So it's a lot of exciting things going on. You know, the heavyweight division is very lit, and right now it's all about enjoying the holidays, coming into the new year, enjoying the New Year's, and then getting back at it. So just stay tuned. It's an exciting time for boxing and the boxing fans. So we'll see what happens. But whatever gonna happen, it's gonna be amazing.
A preference for the rematch, or you want to go into that Joshua fight?
No, I'm going with Tyson Fury. Fury gonna it might, yeah, for sure.
Stop.
Well, what did he say at the end? Well, what did he say? I didn't really hear him real well. I just
hear-
heard the part where he said, "I'm going with Tyson Fury."
He said the guy asked him if he was sure. He said, "Yeah, for sure. I'm sure." He was asked. This is after they fought the first fight. This is when Joshua said, "You know what? Fine. I have Wembley secured. 23rd. Fight me in Wembley for Undisputed. Since all this shit you said before that, oh, you didn't have date nor venue. It's a problem. No problem. I got the venue secured. I got everything set up. Let's go. 23rd of April. Let's go." He was asked just now about Anthony Joshua, and he danced around the situation. He didn't really, he said, oh, it's all about enjoying the holidays. It's all about, you know, seeing what happened next year and all of that. Does that, he was asked again, who do you want to fight? He said, Tyson Fury. What about that energy? Does that seem like a man who wanted to fight Anthony Joshua in 2019? Go ahead.
Well, what that tells me that he had bigger fish to fry and he was frustrated with the agent negotiations. That's what that told me.
He had bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, Tyson Fury's a big fight, man.
Is it the biggest fight he could have made, though?
Wait, but was this before the Tyson Fury first one or this?
That's after the fight. That's December. They fought in September. That was the night. That was the night.
You're going way back, man. I need to do my research on that because I can't really tell you.
Basically, you witnessed Deontay Wilder. You said he was frustrated, so he got so upset and frustrated that now he doesn't want to be undisputed anymore. So he doesn't feel like becoming undisputed anymore because he's so frustrated. He's so angry that what he wanted for so bad, he doesn't want that anymore because he's so frustrated. That's what you're saying?
No, because Eddie Hearn was out here bullshitting because I remember they wanted to make the fight. And then Eddie Hearn was like, no, they had busy with mandatories and all that shit. And Deontay Wilder was, okay, I'll just build my name up and do what he got to do, man. That's what Deontay Wilder is doing.
You still have not proved how AJ is ducking Wilder and how AJ still does not want to fight right now. You keep saying they was and was and was. That's past tense, sir. Present day, who wants undisputed and who doesn't? Who's the ducker today? 2020, man.
Well, right now we can't really say because they're both busy, but
okay. So who actually? So you talk about energy. Whose energy wants to fight right now? Deontay Wilder or AJ undisputed? All right.
One face, one name, one champ.
So Deontay Wilder's energy right now shows you when he says maybe they'll send a contract after the Fury victory if he's successful versus Fury in a rematch. You think that somebody saying maybe they'll send a contract, that means that he really wants undisputed. That shows you that he has the energy to become one face, one name, more than somebody who actually has been calling for the fight for literally the last, you could say, 365 days, man, pressing it. Before he fought Miller, he wanted to fight Wilder. Or before he was getting ready to face Miller when Miller popped and he had replaced for Ruiz. So remember, before the Ruiz fight, who did he want to fight? Did you forget? You don't remember when AJ was pressing for that Wilder fight?
I gotta do my research right now because you guys are catching me cold right now. Because
how do you jump in the ring and not be prepared? See, these are the type of fighters that you are fans of. They come in there, they out of shape, they not prepared, man. They're not mentally, emotionally, physically prepared, and then they get in the ring and they get chopped up. They get stopped. You just said, you caught me cold. Yeah, you got caught cold, bro. You out. It's a knockout. KO.
You just admitted that you were talking about shit you knew nothing about.
KO.
No, but let's talk about right now. Right now, like
Wilder wants to fight right now.
What you mean, bro? We've been present day. You still in the past. That's the thing about you fat boys. Y'all still living in the past so much that present day y'all getting kicked in the chin, and you niggas is concussed, and you don't even know you concussed. You're concussed right now. That's what it is. You're
Yeah,
concussed.
because I was talking about the $50 million, and you guys never brought that up.
$50 million.
Wait, you hold on. You literally just said let's talk about today. 50 million
You
is
still in the
not
past?
today.
Are you still in the past, fam?
You're
That's
concussed.
what we just
Hey,
said.
Iron Kong,
Yes,
give him
sir.
a hug, wipe off the fight.
Hey, El Jefe, man, that 50 million happened even before that interview I just showed you. You said that was, I'm going way back. If that's way back, how far back is the 50 million?
50
We don't
million
know.
was like in 2018.
And it was before that interview I just showed you. So,
Oh,
okay,
wow.
so if that interview I just showed you was too far back, and the 50 million happened before that, come on, El Jefe, don't, come on, man.
No, because that
Yeah,
50
bro.
million was like a breaking point in the negotiations, man.
A
So
break?
basically, you're not even in 2019. You still stuck in 2018, fam. Damn.
No, I'm in
You're 2 years
2020.
behind.
Like right now,
Okay.
as
You're
Wilder,
not
we're
talking about
focused on
nothing in
Tyson
2020.
Fury, man. We can't be focusing on AJ when AJ's out here fighting bums like Pulev, man. We're focused on Fury.
Okay. I
All
guarantee
right.
you, probably Kubrat Pulev will beat about maybe 85%, 90, if not more,
Ah,
of the
come
people
on, man.
that's on Wilder's resume.
Bro, Pulev's a stiff, man.
I don't even know him like that, but I mean, it's a mandatory, so he got to be somebody to work his way up to become a mandatory. You know, you disrespectful, bro.
Cool. You
You
see,
talking about a guy?
the problem is that, and I keep telling people, but just because you don't know fighters, I don't mean they trash, right? Kubrat Pulev only lost once. That's a Vladimir Klitschko, once in his life. Understand? You're telling
The
me,
same to a guy Wilder Duck. Go ahead, my bad.
okay, people like Gerald Washington and these people are gonna beat Kubrat Pulev.
I think that's a 50-50 fight.
Huh?
You smoking, bro. You off that? Hey, whatever you smoking, bro. That man lacing your shit. You lacing.
You trolling. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
No,
You can't put
bro,
your
come
money
on,
behind
man.
no troll,
Pulev
bro.
is a nobody, bro. Like, let's really think about
All
it.
right.
Who has Pulev beaten? He went life and death with fucking Rydell Booker. Who the fuck is Rydell Booker, man?
But
Oh
El
boy.
Jefe, Wilder goes life and death with almost everybody he fights. So
No,
what
but
kind
he
of
knocks him out.
argument is okay? But he
Yeah.
still went life
After he
and
get
death.
hit about 100 times.
Here we go. Black, here we go. Wilder the king of the division. Fact. What up?
Who is this?
I don't know.
Hey, if it's that kid, man, you got to get him off, man. He gonna do silly stuff. Man.
Hey, block this person, man. Who's this person, bro?
I don't know what just happened, but you can't. Yeah, I don't just allow people. That's probably that kid though. I don't know what. I didn't really get to see, but
Hey, he was showing his feet. Shit, man.
yeah,
Nah,
it's that kid, man.
I don't.
I don't know. I missed it, but I just when I seen the name, I'm like, that must be the kid, man.
Nah, I thought
He
this was a
just-
serious person. Is that D's stepson?
yeah, one of him, I think. Yeah, D
Yeah,
love
it's
that
his
dude
son.
too, I guess.
Yeah, that's his son.
He would never step foot on my platform, and that's why he upset. So he just goes around throwing this little emotional YouTube tantrum and you know, harassing any channel he can harass, man. And people be actually entertaining that. He gonna get y'all channel snacks, man. Y'all streams taken down, doing
Yeah,
dumb stuff.
well, he's banned from this shit. Anyway, look here, man. I want to thank y'all for coming on. I'm gonna log out now. El Jefe,
Sure.
I appreciate you coming on, sir. You know what I mean? I listen to you for. I like you. Don't worry about Black and them, man. You had him on the road, but you know what I'm saying.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. I'm giving these boys some work, man, so they can stay sharp for next time. But I appreciate for you having me on, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, anytime, bro. Come through anytime. Thank you very much, Red Glove. I know your voice is messed up, so you know you're playing hurt. Thank you for coming through, Black. Hey, man.
Thanks.
You know you're the boss of all this UGC shit. You're the reason why I'm doing any of these streams, and I want to thank you for all the support, bro.
Oh, you the man, dude. I'm just here to support you, man. Appreciate you for having me on.
Thank you, Lisa Bales. Thank you, Jess, Samuel Shaw, and anybody else that I missed. I appreciate y'all coming through. Peace and power. Have a nice day.